Why, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Copper Owl, bringing you a Pokemon counter video. So, this is really a test video to see, like, how well does this do and all that stuff. And it's like, also, does anybody like the strategies and everything like that? But also, just to test out my mic and everything. Because this is like the first time I'm really having this thing work properly. Well, and I'm the first time I'm using it in a new place and trying to see maybe it fixes something here, because in my old place it was just terrible. So we're gonna see how we could counter Dondozo. So Dondozo is the new unaware guy, big fish, big fat fish, and all that stuff. And very meta relevant and everything, because you could just take the hits and just be unaware. That's really it. Unaware is just a broken ability, and too many Pokemon got it. Honestly, I think it would have been better if he just got like Water Absorb. Not like it better competitively. I think the game would be less degenerate if he didn't have Unaware. But anyway, so just a preference is I'm not a Smogon player and all that, but you Smogon guys, you're gonna love me, and you guys who don't play Smogon, you're gonna love me. Okay, this is the first Dondozo you see when you look it up on Smogon, and this is a special Dondozo. Okay, and this is my Dondozo. Okay, can you see what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen? See, I am fair, okay? I'll go through every strategy there is. There's always going to be one of my Pokemon, a special one, and one of the Smogon ones. Okay? So, let's get on to it. So, what is the best counter for Dondozo? And I was really thinking hard. I was like, something that is like, not just like very niche, but something that like could hurt other Pokemon as well. And I thought, there's this one Pokemon that could do all of the above. He could hit Garganasalt, he could hit Dondozo, he could not really hit Cresselia, but it's like if you get like the proper turn off on Cresselia, you probably can. And that's Electros. Very underrated Pokemon. All he's really good for is countering these walls, because he gets Acid Spray and Giga Drain. Yes, he gets that comment. He gets Flamethrower and Discharge as well. So that's what makes him so good. It's just he gets this very, very big move pool. Look at that. Look at just how big that is. And he has mixed stats in attack and special attack, but they're not bad. And he has decent bulk. He's just slow. But he's still faster than Dondozo. So, the thing is, why Electros is mostly because of the special Dondozo, which uses Fissure. And there's also Earthquake. And it's like, I know you guys don't want to use Fissure. It's very luck reliant. But the thing is, you know that you're going to be very angry when you lose to someone that you know you should win against, because they got lucky on their first Fissure. So, this is the Pokemon you use to counter that Dondozo, as well as a regular Dondozo. And all that. Because I use the Terra Ghost on mine, so it's immune to the Body Press. It's immune to the strongest move. And yes, of course, Dondozo is going to use Avalanche, and you just spam Acid Spray, and then you use Giga Drain, and there you go. And yes, they're going to Terra type into something else, but they're not going to last that long. But they're going to keep using Rest. So it's very much a longevity game, but after 6 Acid Sprays, you're pretty golden. And I thought this wasn't going to work, but then turns out like Unaware doesn't counter for your stat drops. Only the defense of the opponent, and only the increase of the opponent. So ignores increases in the opponent's stats, not your decreases. Another option is just to run something with Taunt. And this is not a move set. This is just run something with taunt. Okay, Corviknight. There you go. Because Dondozo luckily doesn't have any recovery other than rest, and it's held item. So yeah, just taunt and try to whittle it down. Taunt it again. Try to whittle it down. But then it comes up to the idea like, oh, well, there's an Electros, there's a Corviknight, I'm just going to switch out, right? Oh, I forgot to preface this. I'm kind of looking at this as 6v6, not 3v3, but same mindset, okay? Well, then there's another underrated Pokemon, Gothitelle. Yes, you see Shadow Tag, I'm not playing by Smogon rules. I'm playing by my own rules because I like to win. So you see Gothitelle and it's like, oh, you're bringing a Gothitelle. It's just going to have competitive no Shadow Tag. And Dondozo will probably be more in check if Shadow Tag wasn't banned. Is it banned? I forget. I don't pay attention to ban lists. I don't care. And the stats are very similar to Electros. It's just Electros has more HP. That's level 100. Let me fix that. My bad. So yeah, Electros has more HP, but less defense. And Gothitelle has less special attack, but more special defense. So let's see, 161. So yeah. And she also gets access to Energy Ball and Shadow Ball, which Electros doesn't get, but she gets Trick. And so, given choice specs or a choice scarf, but I prefer specs to a Dondozo, is pretty good. Because most Dondozos are going to either have heavy duty boots, which is stupid, or leftovers. And with the leftovers, like Gothitelle has now become, with this moveset, like, oh, max HP, max defense. It's now just a regular Gothitelle. And you could get rid of any of these moves or Calm Mind and just start spamming Calm Mind. The Dondozo can't hurt you, pretty much. And then you whittle it down. So, but it's weak to the special Dondozo with the fissure and all that. So, yeah, but the idea would be that it can't switch out, and it's stuck on either it will be stuck on Sleep Talk, or it'll be stuck on Rest, or it could be stuck on Avalanche. So, it is very risky. It's very much with Gothitelle. It's like they rest, you switch in with Gothitelle, they do their move, hope they don't hit you with Fissure, and you trick, and they're stuck on Sleep Talk. And that's the idea. But a regular Dondozo is a little bit more easier to manage, because now you have the whole, oh, it's resting, it needs to do Sleep Talk, and you're faster than it, so you're going to trick first. So there you go. Whilst the my Chesto Berry Dondozo is like, oh, I kind of bypass that problem, but I still have the problem. If I use my curse, they might get me with the trick anyway on this. So yeah, neither of any of these are perfect. It's just Electros kind of deals with it deals with the special Dondozo and the regular Dondozo pretty well. So just those two, but it doesn't deal with my Chesto one as well, because I'm stacking up my stats and everything, and go to do so. But he does it better than Gothitelle. So yeah, and I know there's others like there's other Pokemon you could use, like Gastrodon and all that, or I think one of the Rotoms is good against Dondozo, or just Dondozo in general. I know they all are good in their own way, but this is like what I do. This is my crazy strategy to throw people off guard, because there's another thing about Pokemon that people don't get, is like there's an element of surprise in that you can't, if you have a pool of Pokemon that are just going to be overused, but you bring in one thing to counter them, of course eventually Electros will become overused, but they won't know what it does in the beginning. So you have that element of surprise against them because they don't. A lot of people don't know Electros gets all these different moves. They don't know it gets coil, it gets drain punch, gets crunch. Like, it's better as a physical attacker. It's just that as a physical attacker, it doesn't get a stat reduction move like acid spray. So yeah, let's see if it does. It gets scary face. Yeah, no, it doesn't get any good moves that could help. But it does get gastro acid. Now that's another thing that you might want to tech in. Because the reason why I have flamethrower is in case they switch into a golden go. But yeah, gastro acid could be very useful in that it just nerfs the Dondozo. And I believe it nerfs a Garganical as well. So this Electros is based off the Garganical. It's just, it does work as well. And looking at the damage calculator, you could see that a level 50 just not even the proper, like, you could just run a timid nature. You don't even have to run a bold nature. Gothitelle, the Dondozo doesn't really have anything going for it other than with liquidation, but it's 3-hit KO and all that. So you can see that. And let's put in Electros just to show you what it could do against that. Whoops, I misspelled it. Let's see. This isn't the right one, but it's closest. Oh, whoops. Just keep that at 0. Make that level 50. So there we go. So, yeah. 0 special attack, Thunderbolt will 2-hit KO the Dondozo, while his other moves like Liquidation and Body Press will not do much damage. But let's pretend it's my curse one. It will still be a 2-hit KO with Body Press, assuming it doesn't go Terra Ghost and all that, and it will be immune to the Fissure. And let's switch out Liquidation for Avalanche. Yeah, even Avalanche is weaker, but it'll be a 4-hit KO because it's double damage. And let's put on Terra Fighting, and Body Press will still not be able to 2-hit KO the Electros. He will be able to get back his HP with Giga Drain. Yeah. So, but it's going to be a tough battle for the Electros. It's still a little bit uphill with Giga Drain, but that's why you have the minus. Whoops, I did that wrong. The -2 special defense. I put +2. It now is a 2-hit KO. Well, that's Thunderbolt. Giga Drain is now a 3-hit KO. That's after 1 acid spray. Now we have 2 acid sprays. It's still a 2-hit KO. And 3 acid sprays. It is a... Why is it still a 2-hit KO? It's not right. Oh, it's just, whatever. So, yeah, that's... Oh, no, because it's Terra Fighting, that's why. My bad. Take it out. It's a 1-hit KO. And at -2, it is a 1-hit... It is a 2-hit KO, but a really high 2-hit KO. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a 2-hit KO, so... So yeah, that's the power of Electros, and that's the power of Gothitelle, and Corviknight's just an example for a taunt. So, if you have any other strategies to counter Dondozo or how you did it, please leave it in the comments. Or if you have a way to improve the Pokemon I suggested, put in the comments, or just put a Pokemon that you think would do a better job, or just the natural counter that you all been using on Dondozo. But this is just really much me just trying to go with a how I do things. I think a little outside the box, but I'm also thinking like, well, there's a player out there in the world that is really good, and he's very lucky. And if I go up against him, I want to be prepared. Okay? So thank you all very much. You all have a nice day. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, buy my book at authorhouse.com. Load. No, I should have tested this before. This one happened. There we go. Buy my book at authorhouse.com. Thank you all very much. You all have a nice day. Bye-bye. Oh, it's 15 minutes.